Oh. Welcome back, everyone, to What Remains of Edith Finch. This is episode 4. Last time we did Walter's story, and we're still standing here where we left off, so let's continue. No, we did Milton's story. I'm sorry. We did do Walter's story last time, too, but this one was Milton's.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Okay, doors are sealed, so let's go out the window, I guess. Yeah.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Wonder what he found. I don't think I'm going the right way. I think I was supposed to go this way, maybe?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
What's a cannery?
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Is this all peepholes? Oh, that's cool. I thought I missed that one. Okay, nice. Should we go this way? Yeah, that's where we're supposed to go, so I just want to look over here first. Okay, there's nothing there. Alright. Alright. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'd trust a boat up here, but whatevs. Sorry, I'm sniffly.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
It still smells like weed in here. That's funny. Legalize marijuana. It's got a bong. Of course, some video games. But no... oh, there's his TV. High school diploma. Nice.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Wonderland Turbo. His exercise ball. This is probably the room I would hang out in most, not gonna lie.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
This would be a terrible
But
job.
he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it.
Oh dang, this is hard.
He
I'm
said he
controlling both.
started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats.
I'm doing pretty well, actually.
And things that have not names.
Go.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Hey, maybe he needs to just make games. Maybe that's his true calling. Instead of beheading fish.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
This game is very cool.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oh, yeah, we got a dog.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
I don't see what's the big deal about getting yourself through the workday.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won.
Mario reference.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
This is pretty freaking cool.
New Louisville.
New Louisville.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
He's not hurting
Minneapolis,
anyone.
until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Mom, trying to work.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
I just picked one.
The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
Sorry, trying to keep Lewis alive.
He followed the sound of her silver heart. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
West of the moon?
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. but he was so proud of having created it.
So weird.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
You just
My
looked in this part.
imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I bet this is your locker, Lewis, which your job can obviously tell you smoke now. Ooh, we got a game system in there.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh, that's him, isn't it?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Is he gonna commit suicide?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
I feel suicide coming.
Including the wise
cat.
Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Yeah, wise Calico.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
He's got a romp on her, look at that.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Sorry if my TV volume's coming through. Oh my gosh. It's a guillotine. Or guillotine, whatever.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Is that accidental suicide? Oh my goodness.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That's sad. He was born in 88. That's when I was born. Of course I'd hang out with him. He died at age 21. Or 20, whatever. I don't know what his birthday was.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
That's
I'm not
messed
sure
up.
if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I
That
wish
is
we'd
messed
stayed.
up, man. What is that?
But I understand why we left.
Edith mom. OD.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Oh, those are packing peanuts. Disaster Relief, Sanjay Kumar. Harold and Kumar.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
This game's sad, man.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
So, this is your room, Edith. We finally get to see your room. You were pretty talented with the paper mache, I see. Let's see what remains of Edith Finch.
The whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Edie's crazy,
the power had
man.
been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
We can walk to it now.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
That's not good.
I got turned around.
Where
I
does it want me?
started seeing things.
A deer.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Just trying to find the words.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
You always wanted a white picket fence.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Gone as in dead?
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Dawn Finch.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
That's sad.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Oh, she's right into her baby.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Yeah.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
I feel like I'm in Looney Tunes land.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
Are we the
I
baby
just
coming
wanna
out of the
meet you
vagina?
and tell you all these stories myself.
I swear if this is a vagina hole.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
It is, isn't it?
This is where your story begins.
We were just in a
I'm sorry I
vaginal
won't be
canal,
there to
guys.
see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh my god, it's so sad. Why is she dead? Did she die from giving birth? That's so sad. It's messed up, man. That is messed up, man. For Shirley Dallas. So, that was a good game. Some unexpected turns. Pretty downer of a game, I would say, but I still liked it. I didn't get all the trophies, but I'll go back. There is a trophy for waiting until it gets to a certain point in the credits. So I'm going to let it go to that. But this is for my beef, because on Facebook we always beef our beats. We post in their hashtag beef because we have beef if we beat a game. I don't know, it's kind of like, haha, one up to you, beat a game type of thing. But yeah, so I guess I'll let these credits play for a little bit and see this trophy. Jonathan Hamill, designer slash programmer. If you guys aren't going to continue watching this part, hope you like, comment, subscribe, and there's our trophy we needed. So I will see you guys later on the next game. Hope you come back. Bye.